Hi, and welcome to Mediumship on the Medium channel. And if you're watching this as a video, don't go anywhere. Your loved ones may still come through. It happens all the time. In fact, I'll timestamp when this becomes a video in the pinned comment when the actual reading starts. So I'll give the live people a little time to get their notifications and to get on with us this evening and discuss a few things about mediumship and how all this works, and we'll get right into it. We'll do, roughly, an hour or so today, depending on how much energy I have. And it's very hot and sticky, and I've been working today, so we'll see how long I hold out. But spirit is very active. There's a lot of the energy is like crackling. There's so much energy in the air, a lot of solar activity, a lot of flares, and a lot of changes to herald in the month of August. So anyways, so I'll announce this later also, somewhere in the middle or towards the end. But if you want to get a private reading, just mention this event, Mediumship on the Medium channel, and you'll get 10% off. I didn't type in my email address. You'll have to write it down yourself if you're interested. But it's info@atombetweentheworlds.com. So that's info@Adam, that's my name, info@atombetweentheworlds.com. And request a session, request your 10% discount, and you'll be good to go. And thank you, Jodie, for reminding us to hit the like button. So hi, Meryl, Jodie, Radiant Uprising is saying I had been spinning with energy. I've been very tired today. It's really up and down. So the energy's been hitting me that way. Hey, Rose and Laura and Suzette and Doreen and Millie and Horses and Joyce and Michael and Lauren. Huda, welcome, Jared. Welcome. All right. Hi, Heen. All right. Wow, you guys, am I late or something? You guys have been on for a while here. All right, so let's talk about the process and let's dive right on in. And if I missed anybody, oversight on my part. You're all included. So, firstly, only one rule for mediumship: anybody that died can come through. They could have died yesterday. They could have died 50 years ago. It could be your neighbor's pet that's coming through. The more open you are and the more free you are of expectation, the more easy they're going to be able to access you and me. So, you could say your desires, put your prayers out there of who you wish to come through. But once spirit takes over, spirit takes over. I have no control over that. So if you're hoping for your mother and your ex of 30 years ago, grandfather comes through, be gracious and accept his message also. Sometimes they come through. I don't know why. Spirit knows better than me. But usually when people are open that way, sometimes they're the lead-ins, as John Edward used to say in his show, Crossing Over. Sometimes the spirits that are a little bit less familiar serve as the lead-in or the conduit energy for the other spirits to come through. So just like not everybody that's in the living is a medium that connects to the other side. Not everybody on the other side connects into the living. So sometimes other spirits help them to connect. So we call those lead-ins. That's what John Edward called them. I like that term, lead-ins. But anybody that died can come through. Now, in a group like this, there's usually anywhere from 50 to 100 people that come in live for these events. There's going to be overlaps. Sometimes we call them piggybacks, that I could get a set of information and then 2 or 3 of you can take it. Sometimes it's very specific information. We want to get to as many people as possible, so they'll overlap. They'll piggyback the energy. A good example is like, all right, I'm getting the name John. I'm getting a father energy. I'm getting person had a heart issue. And what are there? There's 44 of you on now. That means there's at least 10 Johns up there that had heart issues that are like father figures. So 1 or 2 of those Johns may be like, wow, that's me. And then they ride the energy of the other reading through and get my attention, and they kind of overlap a little bit. Happens a lot in groups. And this is doing this on YouTube, doing this online. It's kind of what I would refer to as blind mediumship, which is something that I teach in my courses. In other words, what I have people do is I either have them be blindfolded or have their back turned so they don't see the person's expressions or their responses. They just get the information and give the information. So it's kind of like that. And then the other thing is I have to be in my receptive mind, but I also have to be in my thinking mind in order to man the controls here. So it's a test for me as well. It's a learning experience and a test. So all that said, that's basically it. Again, the main things, anybody that pass on can come through. So be open that way. What I tend to do is I'll start out, or when I'm in between contacts, I'll try to get 4 or 5 pieces of evidence. That way I don't have 20 of you raising your hand and saying that could be for me. That should narrow it down to 1, 2, or 3 people. If you can take all or most of it, you don't have to take 100% of what I'm saying, but if you understand most of it, then it's fine to just acknowledge that this may be for me, basically. There is a delay, so you're hearing me, anywhere from 7 to about 10 or 11 seconds after I'm talking. That means it's going to take some time for me to get your responses, but let me know if you understand. And then if we have a good link, I'll provide more information and messages for you. And in a perfect world, very cut and dry. Get the contact, get the evidence, get the message, move on to the next contact. But it doesn't always work that way. Your spirit is not linear. We're linear, but they're not. So what else do I need to say before we begin? It's an act of love, basically. They want to validate. They want to prove to us that they didn't die. The body died, but their consciousness lived on. And that when it's your turn to join them, you're not going to die either. So the broader message of mediumship is, hey, we didn't die, and you didn't die either. So lose the fear of death, because when you lose the fear of dying, you lose the fear of living. It's that simple. So me doing mediumship, every connection I make brings me one step closer to that ultimate 100% losing the fear of death. I think I'm about 97 to 98% there at this point. I've been doing this for 20 years. So some of us are a little thick-headed, but in my heart, I know. And in fact, there's part of me that can't wait. Well, I shouldn't say can't wait, but it's curious of what the next step is. Where am I going to go next? So there's part of me that has that childlike curiosity. It's like, what happens when I leave this body? Where am I going to go? So anyhow, that's the main thing. But they also want to validate. They want to prove, because people, if you go to a medium, it's fine to get messages, say, I'm getting a mother figure saying this, that, or the other thing, but you want to know it's your mother, basically. You want them to be able to provide specific examples, like either things about them, specific, sometimes names, initials, dates, when they pass come through, or things that they like to do, or things that they see going on in the living, stuff like that. So, people that do this, they want the proof, they want the evidence. And I kind of learned, studied, and practiced mediumship from the vantage point that if I was you guys, like if I was sitting in a gallery and a medium came up to me, what would it take for me to believe that this medium is connecting to my loved one? And I set the my intention to be able to provide that type of information. So we want to be very, very specific. Yes, he's saying that there's no death. Absolutely. How can there be death when there's no body, only spirit? Exactly. Death must die. Absolutely. Maybe we shouldn't even use the word death. Maybe we should use the word transition, right? Because we don't really die, right? So that makes sense. So absolutely. So I see we're up to 50. So we've got a good group coming in. Yeah. You know what? I can turn these pings off. You guys should still be able to hear me even if I have my sound off. It's basically it. Let's do this. And I'm going to open up with a little prayer. And as I'm saying that, I'm seeing American flag. So not too uncommon that I get the military people coming in first, being that my dad was a very proud serviceman himself. But anyway, I digress. Dear Mother, Father, God, we thank you for our lives, for our growth, for assisting us during these challenging but amazing times in human evolution. And we ask that you are able to allow us to safely connect with the spirit world and our loved ones on the other side, to be able to bring through their love, their laughter, their light, and their messages of hope, joy, and compassion to us in the living. And we thank you. We love you. Thank you, dear Spirit, God, Source. Amen. And gosh, Suzette, again, wow, thank you for the super sticker. Awesome. Yes, we do accept donations, but no pressure. This is free, but all donations go to support my channel, which is wonderful. So thank you again so much. All right, so let me go into this man, because I know the nickname Hank is around that. So Hank is a nickname for Henry. So I think there's a Henry on the other side. And as soon as I'm talking about this person, I'm feeling the right side in my chest. So I know they're trying to say they had issues, probably lung cancer, but issues on the right side, or somebody with that. Now I'm feeling the breathing. I feel like that couple things. Okay, this spirit is very fast. I feel like this person was either in Normandy or right around that time, because I'm seeing like the explosions, like the final battles, I want to say. What else was I going to say? I know September's important. I want to say maybe the 29th, but around that time, that could be his birthday. If I get names, initials, or specific, it could be who they are, who they're with, or who's there in the living. And I'm also seeing airplanes. So there may have been some connection with flight or being a pilot or something like that. But this person would have been very proud of his service. He would have had memorabilia. He would have had some awards, and he would have had something in some kind of a frame or casing that has glass on it. There would be some kind of an article, but it looks very old to me. Like something that would have come out in the 1940s. They may have been a hero also, or something that they're very proud of. So I'm going to open my eyes for a second. Oh my God. Thank you. Also, Radiant Uprising. So let's see if anybody's taking this. I know that that there's a delay. So Colleen's saying that I have a Hank. So we need most, if not all of this, to connect with you for me to convince me with that. Hank was my father's BFF, World War II. That could fit, especially if they were around like the European war, right around Normandy. I really feel like that's an important part of this. I really feel like there's a lot of decoration of service. I really feel like this is a nice person. I mean, this could also be your dad's wave coming through. I know there's a David or a DA name connected to this energy somewhere. Again, that could be who they are, who they're with, or who's here in the living. And I feel like they come to help you or somebody important in your life through a potentially debilitating illness, but it doesn't have to go that way. They're saying new treatments, new therapies, new protocols that's going to help this person. I wonder if this is your daughter even, or somebody. And then Victor, there may be a Victoria, like a V name also. But I feel like they're just, I feel like the father and the friend, I feel like they're saying to you, it's time to just kind of keep your chin up, be proud. Don't let people, what's the right word? They also pop the number 4 in my mind. So there may be a reference to April. I'm going to see if any of these things are hitting though. Empty has a Hank, Korean War. This is World War II, not Korea. 929's Colleen's wedding anniversary. Yep, that makes sense. I think I'm with you. Thank you, Meryl. Thank you, everybody. And so I think this is for you. I'm just seeing if anything else is hitting, but I feel like this is for Colleen. So you're the first up today. So 929. That's convinced me. All right. If you're saying it's no accident. Okay, so back to your message. I need to clear my mind a second. This is where it gets a little bit hard. Okay, so what do we want to say? Yeah, I feel like they're saying just you've had your share of people slinging mud in your face. This is how the person coming through talks. So this is not one of my expressions. You've had your share of that, but you're good at just wiping the mud off, saying what you need to say, and moving on. So don't let yourself be discouraged that you have a valuable service that you're offering or going to offer that's very angelic, that you're giving people a lot of hope in your life, in their lives. And we thank you for your service. They want to tell you also. Also, pay attention to dreams and pay attention to things that are coming through, because they're claiming that you're getting a lot of psychic impressions, more than you ever got. And by the way, I'm supposed to say congratulations on the baby, so I hope that makes sense. But they show me a little one, so congratulations on that. 7-4, the fourth day of the month. That's why they show me the number 4. And all right, so I should be showing you guys these hits also, so you know where we're at here. And you have chills. I do have my new grants. Congratulations. So they're aware that's lots of love from Dad. Wait, is that Richard or is that your husband? Wait a second. I've read for Colleen before, so I'll be clear when I'm getting something through memory rather than through spirit. But in any event, I think that person is here also, whoever the Richard is. Part psychic, part memory. All right, very good. So let me move on, because a couple of things that come up. They show a name like Patrick, maybe Patricia, but I think it's for a male connected to a postal worker or delivering mail or something like that. So I'm going to just run through these, because I usually don't get pre-links. Like in other words, I usually don't get information ahead of time, but today I did. So I wrote a couple of things down. So if anyone can take that, I'll go to that person. If anybody understands the name Taylor, I think it's a first name, not a last name, either living or on the other side, I'll come to you. And this one I want to come to right now, because there's a mother figure, although I have a sneaking suspicion this is a grandmother, and you would have her jewelry. Jewelry always gets passed down. I get that. But this shows like something around the wrist, a bracelet that's clearly too wide for your wrist. So this is somebody that had a few pounds on them, I want to say. But I feel like, I don't know if she's a little bit sensitive about her weight or not, but I'm saying that I feel like I'm here. Oh, stop that. I wasn't that big. I want to say, don't exaggerate. But she kind of gives me the feel, okay, there's a lot of religion here also, because there's people praying. I think she would have been, had the last rites before she passed on. And she shows me my symbol for passing very peacefully. This could be a mother, grandmother. I'm not sure the relationship, I must say. I'm seeing like carpenters, tools, stuff like that. So I think wherever I'm going, there's you have somebody that that may be in the living that's very good with their hands also. I feel like saying that's my son. So that's a little bit more specific. And I think the name Anthony, but I think there's an AN name connected to this also. So anyway, let's see if anybody's got that. Grandma, it's Patricia. Yes, mommy. Have her ring and necklace, ups and downs, made for her opal. Yes. All in the fam, men. Yes. Her son, lots of laugh. Yes. Okay. And I need Joe's protection. You got that, Jodie. Okay. And Bella Isa has an Anthony. I have an Anthony too, for that matter. But if you can take all the rest of it, then I'll pay attention also. By the way, that reminds me to say I cannot look at the chat and answer your questions, because a lot of people come on, and I might too, and ask what's my grandmother saying, what's my father saying. I can't work with that because it's not fair, for one thing, and I have no control over that. It's who comes through. It's the spirit comes through. And Marilyn Dave is Anthony. So there's a couple of possibilities there. Her father was a carpenter. Okay. Some reason I don't feel like I've nailed this one quite yet. I more feel like I'm more with KD in this one, but I don't feel like I've quite nailed this. She's a funny woman though. Yeah. She's funny. And she definitely has a lot of life and a lot of spunk to her, I have to say. And I feel like she's saying, you're going to get by. There's a lot of chaotic stuff. Welcome to the world, right? But you're going to get by on something that might relate to a work issue or a lot of work being piled up. So let's see. So Katie's saying no Anthony. I could confuse that with a name like Anne or Anna, but grandma was called mommy, named Patricia. Father's Rowan military, and sons all handy as large scale also. Yeah, I think I'm with you, and that name may come up recently. Pick. And Stacey's maiden name is Taylor. Maybe I'll see. She knew more of her personality. All right, all right. But I feel like she's very protective, I want to say. And I feel like they're also showing me something like a door that's broken. I feel like I'm pulling a door and it's like one of the hinges falls off, I want to say. And to say that you're not losing hair, not significantly, so don't worry about that. I want to say also. And for whatever reason, they're showing using some kind of new like creams or ointments, on the skin or face or something like that. I don't know what the significance is. These are just things that I'm being shown right now. And basically, the message is to take care of yourself because you're very busy taking care of other people. They just flashed the number 100 in my mind. So I do believe there's somebody that passed at age 100 or very close to that. Maybe 97, 98, but I feel very close to that. Maybe it's the same grandmother, maybe somebody else. But I feel like they want to let you know, it's very strong one. The old, that's okay, got you, yeah. And all late 90s past. So that gives a little bit more evidence that I'm with you. It was Anthony. So, this could be some piggybacking that's going on. Me too. So if part of the message is for you, take it also as well. Anything for Radiant Uprising? All right. All right. I may have flipped over to you as well. So, so I feel like that. So mom's name is Jodie. Right. All right, so they're just basically helping you out with that, and I'll see if I get any more information with that. All right, clearing my mind. All right, glasses back on. Who's here? All right, so now I'm getting a description, which is nice. I've got a male figure, had dark hair, kept it short, didn't lose his hair for what I'm being shown, or not significantly. This feels very fatherly to me. He feels like a good dad, but maybe not emotionally as engaging as fathers could be. He's talking about something about falling ill and never getting better, like something that would have seemed like no big deal. It's kind of like one thing kind of led to another. I do believe the name Kevin, Evan, Kevin, something like that, or a similar name is relevant where I'm going. I feel like he's with an Ann figure that might be his sister on the other side. And I also feel like there's a lot of stomach issues. All of a sudden, I feel very much upset stomach, I want to say also. And I feel like I'm getting a lot of like a lot of x-rays done. I'm seeing the lights on me. I'm seeing the equipment and stuff like that. And definitely took a turn for the worse. There might have even been like a sepsis from a surgery or a procedure or something like that. And I feel like he's saying that he passed very, very well. There would have been, I'm hearing American Indians. Of course, we call them Native Americans now, but I think there might have been some interest in that. And for whatever reason, they show me a shopping cart, like in a supermarket. For whatever reason, maybe you or somebody worked in the store, or there's a reputation for being a big shopper. But firstly, I want to see if anybody gets that. Sounds like Gerard, except for the name Kevin. If you can take everything else, which it looks like you can. This to me is the clincher. So I know Gerald was more of like a partner or friend, right? Not a father energy. I don't know if I was describing him, but that description was very, very clear when it came into my mind. This wasn't like a big or beefy man, but nice looking man also. But I feel like he's here, right off the bat. He's like funny. I feel like he's saying, you worry too much. I feel like he's saying, all right, we all worry a lot in today's world. I'm fine. I want to say also, take care of yourself. Do the things that you need to do in your life that have you been falling behind on, and taxes or paperwork may be part of it. So if that makes any sense, I feel like he's saying to get on that basically. But be proud of yourself and your accomplishments also. Don't feel like you're just getting old and useless. You're not. It's and okay, as I'm saying that, he's kind of nudging me, not correcting me, but nudging me and saying he recognizes that you're coming to a place where you're not feeling old and useless anymore, if that makes sense. That you're getting some of your spark back or your spunk back. I feel like to say that that's good. He's also showing me being by the water, kind of playing in the sand, seeing seashells and stuff like that. Perhaps it's time to go to the beach, or perhaps that's something that you connected to. I do feel like I'm linking to the state of Florida or the Southeast, but the beach could be up here also. Feel like saying, getting to do more, to have fun and stuff like that, but that I'm with you and that I hear the prayers and everything. And let me see what else is Peggy saying. Oh, he had sepsis in the end, and also Cherokee. I don't know if I flashed that, but that's what convinced me that over the year. His daughter was with us. Okay, very good. So anyhow, that's for Peggy. And what she's saying, her feedback. Hello. I had that conversation with Gerald often. He was a surfer and a fisherman. We grew up together in Florida. All right. Thank you very much. So that I didn't know. I know Peggy from other readings that we've done well before this man passed on, I have to say, but none of this stuff I really knew. So thank you for that. And your son had sepsis and also Cherokee. So you may be getting a me too, or either that or the other way around. I have a feeling, for at least 9/11, that your son is a big jokester. I want to say, like in other words, I feel like he'll come through from the other side and hide things, or create like strange phenomena or stuff like that. Just kind of keeping you on your toes, basically. I want to say. So I feel like he's with you also as well. Again, this could be for Peggy, or this could be for you, Lise, because Peggy didn't take this part of it. But one thing that I was saying, and it's interesting because they were showing me the person younger, dark hair, kept it short, but kind of like goes in for something that's just not major, like a procedure, a surgery, and then winds up getting like all these issues in the body and passing on. But I feel like he's been really trying to get your attention, for a good while now. And I don't know if you've had a propensity to leave things in the oven too long, but he kind of shows like taking something out of the oven and it's burnt. I think this is you, Lise. Let me hide this. Yes, he's now a spirit guide. Excellent. Yeah. Kenny, that may be close to Kevin, but I think that was for someone else, right? All right. Hello from Sweden, Janet. This is the happy time of year in Sweden. Long sun, long days. Yeah. All right. This is not the one I meant. Yes, he's my spirit guide now. Yes. You burned your lunch today. Well, he's aware of that, so that's just his way of saying that I'm with you, and he used that as an example to validate that. So beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of these overlaps. There's now 64 on the chat. There's going to be a lot of overlaps with this. So a message for one could be a message for several. When I do like live galleries, I try to be a little bit more fine-tuned with the messages. I'll still get the piggybacks, but in this format, it's just such a chaotic way of doing readings in the first place. So if my delivery is a little bit chaotic or ungrounded, I apologize for that. It's just the format that we're working in. But in any event, yeah, your son is definitely with you. I don't know why, but he's kind of rubbing his chin like this in front of me. I don't know what that means. God, I hope he's not teasing you about facial hair. If he is, I probably will not see your name on the chat anymore. But that can mean something completely different, I want to say. By the way, do you have cats? Because all of a sudden I'm seeing a cat face, and a cat, it could be a dog also scratching his chin. So you're off the hook. Anyway, if that makes sense, definitely let me know. And yes, thank you, Kristina, for that. And for Janet, I'll keep that in mind, but all I can do is open, and they have to come through. I can't call them in or anything. All right. So where I want to go now, oh, my new cats and now kittens. So I'm looking to see if Lee says that son had a full beard. Duh. That's why my teachers tell me always share how you get the information, because you may not interpret it right. That's kind of like obvious. Why would he be doing this to his chin? To show me he had a beard? Okay. Very good. I feel like your son's laughing at me, but he's laughing with me. That's what he said. I'm laughing with you. I'm enjoying this also. And I feel like he's very grateful that you're able to get some messages. You've probably been looking for the signs and synchronicities and have come up a little bit short. So this is a very good sign for you now. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. So Cat has a cat on the Rainbow Bridge. I think this is though for either that or I switch because Lisa isn't taking the cat reference right now. This is different. But what I want to find is the person that either bred poodles or had a lot of poodles, but they're different colors. So, they're the white, at first I was seeing smaller, but in my mind I heard standard. So they may have been, or doodles, poodles or doodles, there's different kinds of doodles, right? But I think, at least you're a dog person. Okay. So the cat's not for you. That popped in for somebody else. So I started to pull off of your energy. But what I was gonna say is I'm looking for the person that either had, I think it's like breeding the dogs, I want to say, or having a litter or something like that. But there's different colors. I mean, it could be other dogs, but if nobody gets that, I'll let they go. Now these are poodles or doodles. I can see it in my mind. Yes, cats. Okay. Oh, it appears that nobody's taking that. If that changes, I'll go back to that. But I'm going to all right. So I'm getting some questions. Yeah. So I'm going to try to stick with doing the messages for today. It might not be a bad idea at some point to do a live stream about things like what is mediumship, how do you do it, how do you practice it, how do you develop it. And I'm going to do one in August, but starting September, twice a month, we're going to have open practice circles where you can give messages in an online format. So, you guys, firstly, if you like what we're doing here and you want to subscribe to the channel, that would be great. You don't have to. You'll just get more of my videos will show up on your feed if you subscribe. That's really the only advantage that I'm seeing to that. But what I was going to say is you can get on my website, atombetweentheworlds.com. Email us, and ask to get on our email list. And then you'll have like all the events that we do here. Myself and Heather Istara do that. Had toy poodles. I wonder if that, it could be, especially if you had, different colored poodles and there were several of them. I mean, I swear, I thought we're talking about breeding them. All right, great, Kristina. So we're going to do that. Back in the day, a dozen cats. Around next Tuesday night on the Medium channel. Yeah, so Mr. Floyd has a YouTube channel. He channels Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and I'm going to be on his channel Tuesday night at 7. And I'll, and I did a live event last Tuesday, yesterday, right? So I have to give you a public apology because I usually try to schedule that around your 7 o'clock Tuesday. I forgot, so I apologize for that. But the good news is you won't have to keep track of me because I'll be on your channel. I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do, so we may do some tarot or mediumship or getting interviewed by Saint Germain. So that's going to be fun. All right, so that's coming up. So if you like channeling and stuff like that, check out Mr. Floyd Channeling. That's Josh, and subscribe to his channel. And he does his work on his channel every day. Talk about diligence. Very good. And you're getting a lot of really nice compliments, by the way. So very good. So yeah. So email us again. 10% off if you want a reading and you mention this event. And I know 10% is not a lot, but it's something. It's still a discount, right? All right, so let's see if I can. Okay, so I know I have a brother figure. This could literally be your brother or a brother from another mother, but I know I have a brother figure that's with me. I know this person, there's a lot of coughing. I know the name Scott. It's going to be connected to that's either the person's name or an important name connected to that. I feel like I want to say that I'm with you. Also, the name John comes up too. So I think those two names are going to, at least narrow it down to who I'm with. But I feel like I'm seeing a box. So this could be about moving or getting a delivery. It's a pretty large box, I want to say. And it just popped the word burritos in my mind. So this may be somebody that likes burritos. I think the birth or passing would have been on the 5th month, right around the 15th. So right around May 15th, a day or two away from that, I think would be significant with this person or somebody else. And there's something about fixing the intake for the air conditioner to the heating unit, something about clearing out an intake so that it works more efficiently. Either that or the person knew a thing or two about like ducts, DUCTS, not ducts or that. So anyways, so I'm putting that out there just in case somebody is able to understand this information. I want to say, I do know the person's a bit of a jokester. I don't think he was terribly big or tall when he was in the living. I want to say, I think at one time he had a fair amount of hair also. I think there's a name like Kate, Kathy, Catherine that might have been connected to this person, maybe a girlfriend or a friend or something like that. Or that name could go somewhere else. But I feel like he wants to connect with somebody here, unless that person's on the chat. My dad passed on May 15th. So this might be a father rather than a brother figure. Unless you have also. Oh, okay. I didn't mean to post this. But in any event, I did. So I guess we were meant to put that out there. All right, email me, basically. I can't do this now, but email me. I'm 65 also, so we're born the same year, and I've had plenty of UFO experiences myself. All right, so where were we? Tracy, okay. Something about like also eating well. I want to see, if other things that I was saying, though, make sense to you as well. Yeah, because just those 1 or 2 points of evidence wouldn't be enough to convince me that I'm with you right now. To be honest, if some of the names hit, or you do have somebody younger, then I would be. Although May 15th is pretty specific, but there's 62 people on, so a few people could take that. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the brother figure. That's also a 15, but a different month. And you had an Uncle John. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Thank you. So I felt like you were here, but we want the evidence, right? Otherwise, it's less real, right? So in any event, let me see if I can tie into your brother. And I think Uncle John is saying hi also. I don't know I have a feeling you're not taking the name Scott, though, right? Am I correct with that? Because that was a name that came in, and there's another name also. So Katie's saying Scott and Nikki were stepchildren, and now I'm looking to qualify that. So I may be getting one of these blending kind of things. Scott and Nikki were stepchildren now, and I'm looking to. All right, so I may be getting. Oh, hello. Bingo. Thank you. I'm definitely with you, Tracy. So I did mention the names could be in the living also. So I hopefully your husband's in the living, but in any event, I think your brother or your father, both of them are good friends and buddies with Scott also, I want to say as well. So Scott, your ex-husband, doesn't matter. Well, it matters to you, but doesn't matter for the contact. All right. But still, they would know that. And sometimes names, like especially names that are less common, are just points of evidence. It doesn't necessarily mean. Now, did your dad serve? And you can just answer yes or no, or you understand or you don't. Because I definitely know there's a military presence with me. I mean, if that's not him, that's somebody else. The interesting thing is so many people are talking about cats, but I'm seeing a kitten in my mind that's white with some patches, I want to say, and it's almost like a gift, like presented to you or presented to somebody. So you may that could be metaphoric, that you may just be somewhere and just say, oh, this cat's so cute, I'm going to take him home, and that's kind of like a gift in a way. But I definitely get that as well. Listen, What was the other name? I don't even remember. I know there was Scott and John. I forgot what the other name that came through was. I apologize for that. Or maybe it was just Scott and John. New fur baby kin for Katie's. Sometimes your loved ones don't leave. They're still sitting with me. That's sometimes why I go back to people that I did readings for. So whoever was coming me for you, unless of course Tracy, even if Tracy does take that, um, even if Tracy can take that, that could still be a message for you also. And so Purple Heart, that is my Paco. He died 23 years ago. That'd be your grandfather then? Uh, or got Paco from my brother 23 years before he passed. All right, as long as it makes sense. Oh, Catherine was the other name. I said, thank you. Kathy, Catherine, a name like that. And I think it's connected to the brother, but it could be connected to your dad also. So I think your brother and your dad are together. That's why I got May 15th rather than December 15th. So just that they're coming through together for you. Again, they show me a box and almost feels like unpacking things. There's a lot of books, I have to say also. White cat with white cat with patches or other colors. Yeah, I had a best friend, Kathy. Thank you. So Kathy, if this is like past tense because Kathy passed on, just could I get the information doesn't mean I know if the person in spirit or in the living. That would be her way of saying that I'm here also. I feel like they want you to be one of the main shows here because you need to feel special right now for whatever reason. I think you've been going through a lot emotionally. I think a lot, at least what I'm hearing, that a lot's been placed on your shoulders. I don't know if there's an issue with like an estate or a house or some legal matters that followed a passing or something like that. But if you understand that, this is the feeling that I'm getting also. And it's almost this feeling like you're having to figure things out. And thank you for taking on the responsibility, but some of this may not be your responsibility anymore. So know when to say no and to step back. This feels more like a father message, but it could be a brother message also. I feel like with the brother, there's still some mystery around his passing or something that wasn't diagnosed or understood about that. I feel like he's saying, I'm fine. I don't want you guys to try to figure it out, assuming that makes sense, but that I'm fine and that I'm with you. And that's all that really matters, I want to say. And funny thing is, I'm seeing the box again, but now there's Christmas ornaments. I mean, I don't know if you do Christmas in July or if it's not too early to take that out, but that could be a reference to that holiday also. So anyway, you're welcome, Tracy. So we're gonna move on. Thank you. All right. All right. Very good. So let me just take a breath here. Oh, cats. I love Siamese cats. My first cat was a Siamese, a seal point. Back in the day, in the 1960s, they bred the seal points with Burmese. So my cat had a darker back, but didn't have a long nose, had more of a flatter face, but he's still a Siamese. All right. Okay, so that's all I need to know, that it makes sense. Yeah. Don't need to know the details. As long as you understand. Yeah. All right. So a lot of cats, if I try to pick up on cats, I think they're all going to come in. So let me. So there's a name, Tony, which I know is Anthony also, but there's a different Tony or Anthony. Okay, a couple of things. At first, I was going to say I feel like there was a drug-related passing, but then I'm really feeling the left side in my head. So I do believe with the person coming in, and it's getting stronger. I think somebody may have had like it would have caused pain, like a tumor, I want to say, or something like that. So I may be getting more than one person. All right, they're pretty strong, I want to say. Yeah, there's two people, they're men, and I have to say they did not get along in the living. There's a lot of clashing. I do know the name Rose is connected to that, so that's a female. I have to warn you, well, not warn you, but alert you that for whatever reason, I often get the names Rose and Ruth confused when I do mediumship. So if it's not a Rose, it's a Ruth, but that would be with you also. Right. So where am I? I think there's a name like Jackie, Jack or Jackie connected that also. Um, Having good times. There's also a roulette wheel. So where I'm going, people might have liked to go to the casinos from time to time. I almost feel like it was a group activity or a family activity. Whoever I'm with got a lot of relatives on the other side. There's probably a bigger family. Back in the day, I feel like they're talking about 3 brothers. So I think you might have 3 brothers, or so that's kind of a big family. Though I think I'm a little scattered right now. So let me just see where we are. So Tracy, Jackie's your stepsister, right? I may still be with you. So hi to your stepsister from dad or whoever. Now Rose, your name is Rose, so you think this might be for you. Katie, my eyes. All right. So I don't know if I'm gonna get more for you, Katie, or not than I got, but I'm open. I'll put it that way. Oh, so we're coming back. Oh, we haven't been with you, Heen. My dad had brain surgery. Didn't get along with Rose. Uncle Jackie. Yeah, yeah. This sounds like you, but I could be with Rose also, because Rose understands the casino. Your name is Rose. He passed in June. I don't think I mentioned June, but he passed in June. And so a few of you are getting this. So what I need to do is get more information so that I know exactly who I'm with right now. Rose and Heen, if I'm pronounced that right, or Hain or Hain. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let me see if I can get more. Well, the pain went away, so that's a good sign that's your dad's way of saying hi. Also. So let's see if we can get more. Oh, we all love casinos. Yeah, it's yeah, you show me the family go. So we want to be specific with that, and you understand that you all love casinos. So this seems like I'm with Heen, but I'm also with Rose. So I'm having a split connection here going on. So I may get to both of you. Whoa, my palms itchy. Maybe one of you are coming into a little bit of money right now. Yay. I think in some level something's going to get settled financially. I think there's more in Heen's than Rose, but it could be either of you. Again, it's interesting. I think my last contact, she didn't acknowledge the you have something around money or property or estate. So that might have been a kind of a pre-link to my next reading, which happens because she may not have understood that piece of it. And all right, so we've got so I'll tell you what, all of you that are taking parts of this, all of your loved ones are here, most of you. So as I start to deliver the message part of it, once I'm done with the evidence part, it's for you also as well. Oh, yeah. Somebody, I need to go with one of you, somebody younger that either passed from like a suicide or an overdose or something that would have been by their own doing. I'm hearing suicide. So that may not be in the family, but that would give me that extra bit of evidence to kind of fine tune exactly who I'm with right now. You all saying, yeah, Katie, some are definitely pushy. Yeah. And you're welcome, Lise. Yeah, I like your son. I could see your son not always being the easiest to. No, I don't want to say the easy to get along with. I think he's very easy to get along, but I could see him being opinionated. I'll put it that way. But anyhow, that's it. He was a Marine. Okay. So you might say my stepsister. Okay, I'm looking for the person that Sean jumped off Tappan Zee Bridge. Wow. So a few of you have the suicide part. I get that. I'm looking for the one that was able to take the other information also. Like about 4 of you kind of chimed in there. So I was really trying to see who I was with, like with the names and everything. But in the event, so a lot of you, all right. Unfortunately, that's basically a statement on our world and our times that so many people pass from suicide or drug overdoses. I seldom a week goes by that I don't get at least one suicide or drug overdose in my work. So anyways, let's let me just jump into the message part. I'm sorry that I'm not keeping track of who my original takers were for the original message, but the other person kind of jumped in to just sort of validate, who I was with of that group. I think 4 or 5 of you acknowledged, which is amazing because there's some specific evidence with all of that. So they show me the number 7. So I think July or the 7th day of any month has a meaning or significance. I'm also seeing April, so it could be April 7th. I feel like that there's a sister figure, so there may be a female on the other side with who I'm going with that original contact. And I feel like there's a move, and I feel like I'm supposed to just say not to really stress out about it. I may be shifting gears, but all of a sudden I'm seeing music, I'm seeing records, I'm seeing phonographs. I feel like I have somebody with me that was very into music, may have played music, had a band, been a DJ, knew how to mix, or stuff like that. I want to say also, this is a male figure. He's pretty lively or pretty active in the spirit world or on the other side. I feel the energy more to my side. So this is more likely to be like a brother or friend, a cousin. But it could be somebody younger also. For some reason, Olive, the word Olive, the name Olive popped up. So that may be relevant in this also, or a name that sounds like that, Olive, Oliver. But a name like that, may or either that or something about olives. But in any event, our family, Alan, my friend Chris. See, Kristina getting all the info so far, yeah. So this may be with you now at this time. Yeah, so this is going back to that old contact. Exactly. Yeah. I could see, he could be a little bit difficult. I feel like he's still here, and I feel like he's saying he got a little bit of, I feel like I'll use his word, a little bit of sick pleasure from pissing you off, basically. But what are sons for, right? And at this time, you welcome him pissing you off, right? So it's all good. So a lot of you resonate with this. Hi, Stephanie. How you resonate with this, but I really feel more drawn to Kristina, and you can take all that so far. She's like a brother figure, I want to say, as well. I guess that means that you get the music reference also with this person or around you as well. So 7 is the age of my twins. That works for me. My family's all music. They play music, and April is my. All right. So who's ever coming through, if I didn't know that he wasn't a family member, I think that he was a brother or cousin, to be honest. So he's that close to you and your family, I have to say. And I feel like he's with you. Now, trust your intuition, trust your instinct, because you're getting messages also. And he's also showing something. This may be around the kids, with a lot of like gluing things together, making like models, like airplanes, stuff like that. He just kind of showed this to me in my mind. So that may be some activities that are going on around your house now, maybe with the 7-year-olds, because they're the right age for that. But I feel like he's with you. I feel like he apologizes. I feel like he's really tried to get that. I feel like the name Robert comes in and then repeats. So I think that there's probably at least 2 Robert Bobs connected to you or connected to that. But I feel like saying, I'm with you, and that I'm fine. I may be switching, but I get a sense of somebody that lost a finger, or had problems with a finger or their hands. There was a problem in their life. And I'm talking about that. I'm seeing the military. So this may be somebody military. I'm hearing the name Michael, so that may tie in with that also. That might be all be with you, Kristina, also. And what are you saying? This is 7-year-old. So you have many Roberts, so you understand that, yeah. And then Katie, so this could be one of your people coming. Those old bulbs he made $1 million, and okay, it's bulbs. Yeah, so that's your dad. Yes, military Michael, that's funny. All right, so you understand it anyway. So again, with 62 people on the chat, there's going to be some overlap. So take what you can. Also, even if I'm not talking directly to you, I want to say. So anyway, back to Kristina. Yeah, I feel like you're saying, that's her message. You're doing well. Again, trust your instincts and your intuitions. You may get some very clear and specific messages, but then you don't pass them on, basically. So I don't know if you do any kind of work where there's like healing or counseling or anything like that involved, I want to say. But I feel like they say when you do that, you get messages. I'm wondering if this person worked on cars also, because I'm seeing the engine of a car and seeing, turning the, what's that called? The wrench. You had to tighten things up. Either that or your engine needs a little bit of work. But I think the person here is fairly mechanical and smokes cigarettes, at least at some time, I want to say. So like you said, he showed me kind of this thing with hands and light between the hands. So you might be good at energy or Reiki. And if you don't do that now, I think it's Spirit's way of saying, yes, do that, practice that. That would be good. And you are a healer, so you understand that. Very good. And love card, very good. So and Chris and Katie saying, "Yet secrets is all Ray Roberts feel." Like, oh no, all right, gotcha. Chit chat, yeah, yeah. That's why I'm going to different people, like back and forth, back and forth. His father's Robert, yeah. So I think your ex father-in-law is saying hi. I don't know if he was a pain in the ass, but I'm hearing pain in the ass. I'm talking about Robert. I mean, I pretty much know Michael probably was, but in any event, and my grandpa worked on cars, and his brother had a half missing finger. Thank you for that. Yeah, that was the piece that I forgot. Thank you, Heen. Appreciate you so much, and all you guys. Thank you for that. Wonder how chills with energy. Yeah. Yeah, chills are often that energy. I need to do more healing. I need to put myself out there. Yeah. And put yourself first. I feel like they're saying also. All right. Let me see if I can get one more out of me. So they do that. They give me the name Chris. I think I'm piggybacking a little bit from Connolly, Kristina, I mean, because I feel like there's somebody else that's very mechanical that's coming through also, but for a different person. I feel like, who is this? George. That's my dad's name. So either they're using my dad's name as a reference, say I'm father, or the person's name is George, and that's important in the family. Somebody that smoked a cigar, I have to say, unless they smoke spliffs, like a big fat joint, but I think it's a cigar. I want to say also, this is kind of a not a real loud person, a lot of wisdoms. This is somebody that's quite wise. He's not the most animated gentleman. That doesn't mean that he's weak or that he's antisocial. I just don't feel like he speaks up a lot. Something about 9, but there's initial K9. K9. Is that like a military unit or wait? That's often the police units that have like the dogs. I want to say the K9 units. So there may be a reference in this to like animals or police activity or both. I want to say. So that's pretty specific. That should only be one, and something about like work, but like to come home for lunch and then go back to work. Basically, I feel like I want to say hi to my wife also. So it may be that that the wife is living, but the person passed on. I want to say. So let's see if anybody's getting this yet. Nailed the kin through and Chris say, I was getting the name Chris. I didn't even verbalize that. Sorry about that. But anyway, Chris is here too. Supposed to be cats. A lot of cats around. Yeah. Were both your grandfathers were police. So that could be for you. And Katie was previously had a German Shepherd, K9 GPA, aka Daddy had the German Shepherd. That's probably for you then. Yeah, because K9 is very specific. Yeah, and police unit. All right. So you all taking this. Oh my goodness. I thought I had something specific here. Cousins Chris. All right. So I'm just seeing if anybody new. Well, it doesn't have to be new. It could be somebody else is coming in. Everybody's talking about cats. All of your cats, I think I'm gonna get a whole like feline ganging up on me basically right now. All the cats are here and with you. Yeah, they're outnumbering the poor dogs, I think. All right. So I think this was just new information for contact we already made. So yes, who's important? We want to get what I usually I set my intention in these free sessions is that, for those that need the message the most, please, let them at the front of the line, particularly if somebody's going through a little bit of financial stuff and they can't necessarily afford to get a reading or a private reading. So let's see if there's anybody like that. There's a man here, a gentleman. He has very short hair. He was bald. But whoever I'm with, you would have been present during the passing. I think it's from the heart because I'm holding my chest, and you would have witnessed, I think, the person having a heart attack and, call 911 or whatever, but I think it was too late. They show me the name Aaron. I believe it's Aaron. It could be a name that sounds a lot like that, but they show me the name Aaron or Aaron, but a name like that. So I think that's gonna direct me to who I'm supposed to be with right now. I don't know if this would be like a husband figure for you. Definitely, somebody that you would have been with. Could I feel like I'm around the bedrooms? This would almost have to be a husband figure, right? Or a partner figure. Lined, yeah. Aaron, your name is Aaron. If any of this makes sense to you, then I'm with you. If not, somebody close to you may have had that experience that I'm describing, like your mom or somebody like that had that experience. Yeah, Aaron can be in the living. So Lauren, sorry. Dad had a heart attack. Now, if you were actually with your dad when he passed, then I could take that. But I definitely know that that where I am, he shows, and again, I feel like I'm in the bedroom. So, I mean, some of the details I could be a little bit off on, but I know you were there. When that happened, that is a key element of this contact. My father, and your mom was, that's what I would say. It could be somebody else. My error for not pointing that out, and I'm getting a huge yes for that. And I feel like they're saying, and you need a reading. You need to hear from me. Oh, wasn't your father? Wait, I wasn't with your mom was. Thank you. This is your dad. Okay, and Jodie, this may be for you also. And I've done readings for Jodie. I know who Joe is. Basically, if you want to expand on that on the chat, you may. So I think I'm going to be doing these two messages. Firstly, I feel like he's saying something to the effect, kind of get your stuff together, get it packed up or organized to either sell, it's almost like if you set the intention and go through the motions, you'll have a better chance. And also get your stuff ready, but to not necessarily to move, but if you have to, it'll be to a nice place, and not a stinky place, I'm supposed to say as well. Feel like he's saying there's that I still have friends, and you're reaching out, so you're pushing some of the buttons, but I feel like he's with you all the time, and no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. So if the worst happens, and I'm not going to elaborate on that, but you know what I'm talking about. If the worst happens, it's not going to be a long time. It's not going to be forever. It's just going to be transition. No matter what, you're going to be fine. Spirit's looking out for you, and I'm supposed to mention that. So Joe had many heart attacks. Yeah, and back to Lauren. I have a comment on that. I need to. I'm going to say. Yeah, so this is back to Lauren. So she's saying her mother was in the bedroom when her father had a heart attack or passed. She called 911 when it's too late. So that's exactly what he showed me basically. And yeah, I'm not sure the names yet. If any names came through already, that could be pertinent. I feel like saying, no, you really need to hear from Dad. I feel like he's saying, basically the message that I gave to them, that kind of called them in, because you really need that. I don't know if you're going through a lot of anxiety, but each kind of shows like metaphorically, like pulling on hairs or pulling hairs out. Yeah, saying, but don't do that. Don't pull your hairs out. In fact, maybe get your hair redone or something like that. Do nice things for yourself. Yeah, that's going to make you feel good, basically. I feel like he's saying you feel a lot of the stress of the world. There's a little bit of stress in the marriage or in the home or something like that, but it's really the stress outside that you're really feeling, because you're very empathic, and that you have a lot of energy and don't necessarily know what to do with that. Now, I don't know if you were ever a gymnast, but I do know he showed me things like the rings. I mean, I know the Olympics are on. Maybe he loved the Olympics, and I'm confusing that. I mean, gymnastics was my favorite in the Olympics, and I'm not watching this year, but I hear we have a phenomenal female gymnast this year. That may be the best ever. So that would be kind of fun. But I think he's talking about somebody in the living. Oh, 44. I don't know if you're 44 or if April 4th has a meaning, or somebody passed at 44. But he just popped 44 in my mind, and and I feel like he's there. I feel like he's saying that the birds let you know that when I'm around, basically. So they may behave in a certain way or something that you can identify with. And it's kind of like showing me like picking the berries. The birds like to eat the berries, but maybe you like to pick the blackberries or raspberries or blueberries as they become ripe also. Really saying, take care of yourself, really work with the heart. We teach a lot about heart brain coherence here on the channel. So really saying, do that, put yourself first sometimes also, because if you're not happy, healthy, whole, and complete, you can't really be as helpful for others anyways. And that I'm with you and that I love you, basically. And I think there's something that wasn't able to be healed before he passed on, basically, between you and him, maybe, if I'm getting the information correctly. So when that happens, it makes it a little bit harder, and hopefully I'm wrong, and there is nothing like that. But that's what I feel. And what's this about Legion? I don't know if there's been any skin eruptions or if he had that. He also pops the number 10 in my mind, which could be October is very important, or the 10th day of the month. He's also showing me coins. That might be like either he collected coins or that's one of his signs. So I'm going to see if Lauren understands any of this. You feel his presence. You're getting your hair done next week. Okay. Been very anxious. You're saying that that's him. So I guess there's enough evidence, to validate that that's him and that he's around you. Oh, 44 doesn't ring a bell, though. That came in very clear. So April 4th, the number 44, that's not a street address or anything like that. He collected coins sometime. Yeah, if other things make sense, that will too. If you think about it later, you can let us know. But that was a clear image. I know it means something. I'm going back to the coins. And if you have any coin, this may be a stretch too, but look for the ones in 1944. They may have more value. I don't know if I think it was 1943 where they ran out of copper and were using other metals for pennies, but during World War, I think it means something else. But I feel like I'm seeing number 44, almost like what you'd see on the street address or something like that. It could be 44 and I'm missing another number, but I think that's where we're going with that, where he lived or you used to live or something like that. But anyway, if you understand the rest of that. All right, yeah. Yeah, keep working with that and keep praying to Joe to help you to make some headway with that. I feel like he's saying a lot with that. So is this still Aaron saying? That perhaps, if you're seeing a lot of 444s, I'm going to take that as a sign from your dad also. I think that's why he popped 44 in my mind, and take that as a sign from him. And Aaron, because we got your name earlier, past his street bike was 44. All right, so I think that's your friend's way of chiming in and saying hi, because I would have missed you otherwise. And again, he feels like a very good friend. He feels like he's very, very much with you. So I think that was his way of getting my attention to let you know that he's here also. I don't know if this was ever more than friends, but if not, this is a good friend, I want to say. Can I get the image of hands coming together when I'm talking about him? So anyway, lots of love. Thank you also, Stephanie, for that, for giving us more that. Lots of love from your dad, especially if he was military also. Oh, your dad's loud. Well, you're taking care of your mom, so of course he's loud. Yeah. So he's with you always, I want to say, as well. And I don't know if if with your dad, if you inherited some of his books or if you're reading some of his old books, but he's kind of showing books. I mean, metaphorically or maybe literally, I'm dusting them off and then opening pages and stuff like that. So I feel like that's a way of saying that he's with you. And this is resonating with you, Stephanie. It's your message also. Yeah. Resonate sadly. No. All right. Anyways, you guys get a lot of that. So we've been on over an hour. I'm pretty spent. We'll do this again. What are we? Tomorrow's Lamas. Big energy shift tomorrow. I did a whole video on that you may have seen on the channel. I mean, even if nothing tangible comes up, because they were talking about phenomena with the sky or some markers, August 1st and 2nd, and today there's a huge energy shift. So it's going to be a real interesting month. So I have forecast for August up on the channel. That was a live stream. I've got August 1st video. I've got a lot of cool stuff for you guys to check out if you want to stick around and watch a few videos. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here. So next one will be around the spring equinox. So I do these that overlap the Celtic Sabbath. So tomorrow's Lamas or Midsummer Day or Lugnasad, depending on which tradition. Then we come into the fall equinox on the 22nd of September. So sometime around that date, we'll do another one. And you're welcome. Thank you, everybody. And again, hopefully, even if you didn't get a direct contact, some messages resonated for you because they try to come through that way also in these groups. All right. And love you guys. Again, if you want to get a reading, you'll get 10% off by mentioning this. The email is info@atombetweentheworlds.com. Love you guys. Thank you very much.